friends, and welcome back to my channel. First off, let's address the obvious. Your girl got bangs. Hey. If you follow me on Snapchat and stuff like that, then you already saw. If you follow me on Twitter, you already saw. I haven't posted a photo on Instagram yet as of today, but I probably will later because this is the only time that I've worn makeup since I got them, so I'm probably gonna like take some selfies or something. I hate myself. But yeah, I did get bangs, and I also cut off 7 inches of my hair. As you can see, it's still down to my boobs. A lot of you were freaking out when I tweeted that I cut off 7 inches. Everyone was like, what? But it's still like super long. It was just so unhealthy. Like, I needed that to happen. I haven't changed my hair since I was 13, so figured it was time for a change. Also, speaking of change, we have a change of background today. I am home in Georgia for the next 2.5 weeks-ish. So yeah, a lot of my videos that I'm going to be filming here are going to be in this room, so yeah. Anyways, let's get into the topic of this video, because today we're going to be talking about something that I'm very passionate about, aka menstrual cups. And the cup in particular that I'm going to be talking about is the Diva Cup, which comes in this little cute package. And this is what the little guy looks like. Oh my god, it's a little silicone cup, and it has this little, you know, pulley thing at the bottom. I say pulley because literally when I take it out, I kind of grab it by that. And overall, I just think this is a great product, and I wanted to review it and tell you guys my experience with menstrual cups today. Also, this is clean. I didn't just like take it out of myself and not wash it and hold it, you know? I feel like I had to make that disclaimer for anybody who thought I was unsanitary. How should I even start this video, honestly? Like, what's the first topic to cover? How I came to finding this little guy? I'm like calling it a little guy and like looking at him as if I'm in love with him, but really it's just great. And I found out about the Diva Cup after watching my friend Rachel Whitehurst's video, which is also super awesome. I'll link it down below. If you're doing your research on the Diva Cup right now, you probably stumbled across her video as well. She's so funny. I love her. So yeah, that's what sold me on the product. I got it on Amazon. It came super quick, and I've just been using it ever since. I've used it for probably like 2 months now, so 2 of my cycles I've used this. So I wouldn't call myself like a Diva Cup pro, but I definitely know how to like insert it and remove it, and I'm gonna tell you my opinions on the thing, so here we go. So the reason I originally wanted to start using this is because tampons, just whenever I put them in me, I have such a heavy flow that like I would have to change them repeatedly, literally like 8 times a day on certain days, and I would also get like super paranoid about it and be like, oh my gosh, I'm probably leaking, and so then I would just change it, and then, you know, that whole thing. And also, tampons are just kind of uncomfortable. Like, sometimes when you don't put them in the right way, and then they're like sticking in different places, and you're like, oh my god, it's burning down there, but like I just put it in, and so it's obviously a new one. Don't want to go and waste another tampon on my stupid vagina. Just kidding, vaginas aren't stupid, they're amazing. Gotta love Mother Nature, you know? But what my #1 love about this is that you can leave it in for so much longer than a tampon. Like, you can leave it up for up to 12 hours, I think. I don't really have my facts straight, but it's like a lot more hours than a tampon, okay? And because my flow is also heavier, I do change it about 2 to 3 times a day. Like, I dump it out 2 to 3 times a day. We'll get into that now, okay? How to like insert it and how you remove it and get rid of the blood and that whole kind of a thing. So first off, I learned this technique from Rachel on inserting it. So you're gonna take your thumb and kind of like push it down so it looks like this. And then I just kind of like fold it together a little bit too. So I always take it so I can insert this small of an opening right here up into that bad boy. I kind of do like a scooping motion, and then it just like, whoop, it expands in you, and you can kind of feel it when it does that too, and you're like, oh, it's in, and then your vagina literally is just like and like suctions it up, and you're like, oh my gosh, there's literally a ghost in my vagina just catching all of my blood, and it's amazing. So that's why I love this little guy, honestly. It just like zooms right up there. It's great. And now I have a demonstration for you all. If you saw the thumbnail, then you probably know what I'm gonna be putting into this. So this is my fake blood fluid. This is passion fruit tea. It's not actually blood, for all of you who are a little squeamish, but I just wanted to show you how much blood it can actually hold and what it kind of looks like and whatnot. So this is how much it would hold if you were to like fill up the whole entire cup, and I haven't even done that, and like I said, I have a heavy flow.
I can't help it if I've got a heavy flow and a wide set vagina.
Oh my god, thumbs up if you know what that quote is from. Anyways, let's go back to our cup of tea. So I really wanted to fill this up with liquid to kind of show you guys how to remove it, because when it's up inside of you, the only thing you can really see is this little tail right here. And so when you're getting ready to take it out, you kind of have to like clench your muscles as if you're pooping. It's called bearing down, I believe. So you're gonna wanna bear down and just like sit on the toilet do your thing, and it will naturally move down a little bit, and then you'll be able to grab it. So normally I'm able to grab it about right here, and then I honestly just start pulling it out. But you want to be careful not to be pinching it too hard, because then literally it's just going to do this and overflow, and you don't want that. But of course, if that does happen, you're above the toilet anyways, so like it's just going in there. But yeah, I normally grab it around the ribbed part around here, so you kind of have that grip on there to help you out a little bit. And you are going to have to like stick your fingers up and grab it out, but you're not getting blood all over your fingers because all the blood is getting into here. So don't think it's just gonna like slide out of you when it's ready. Like, you're gonna have to work. This is probably like the most challenging part of the Diva Cup in general, is just removing it. I feel like inserting it is super easy for me at this point, but removing it, different story. And it does kind of feel a little bit uncomfortable as it's coming out, because as you can see, it's obviously bigger around the top than a tampon. And so I just do my thing. I normally do this pretty quickly to get the process over with. Just bear it down, you know, get the little fingers up there, take it out. And then when the first time I ever took this out, I was like, wow, I probably had this much blood in here. And tampons can really mask how much blood you're actually losing. Like, you can be like, oh my gosh, wow, I really was just bleeding a lot. But you're not even. It's just absorbing in a different way onto, you know, a tampon. And so when you see it actually in a cup, you're like, wow, I'm not even losing that much blood. So I'm not gonna say how much is gonna be in here, because everybody's different, you know. But the first time I ever took it out, after like a couple hours, I was just like, oh my gosh, wow, I can work with that. So then we'll pretend this is the toilet, all right? So then you just go, meh. There she goes. And then after that, I normally like wipe the area around it, wipe the inside of it a little bit with a tissue, and then I take it on over to my sink, rinse it out a little bit, and then I just pop it right back in. So I hope that that demonstration helped you out a little bit. I'm gonna put down my goods. So now I'm gonna answer some questions that you guys probably are thinking at this moment. I don't really know what you're thinking, but I'm assuming it's at least one of these questions. First question being, does it leak? No, it literally does not. The top up here goes right up in there, and because it's kind of grooved, it like, I don't know, it just creates a barrier, so you don't really leak. I always wear a panty liner with this whenever I'm wearing it, just in case any incidents were to happen, you know, but really I've had no problem with leakage in this area. Second question, can I feel the thing? Yes, you can feel this thing. I'm not gonna say that you literally feel nothing at all and it feels like you're not wearing anything. It doesn't feel as uncomfortable as a tampon, because maybe it's just me, but I would always feel really, really uncomfortable whenever I wore tampons. I don't know if I was just like putting them in the wrong way, or I always just messed it up in some way, but basically I did not enjoy that tampon life at all. So this is not only a more comfortable alternative, it's also a lot cheaper on the pocket, because you're not buying boxes of tampons every month. You literally only have this one $30 investment. I'm pretty sure it's $30. It might be under that. So that was probably your third question, honestly, that I just addressed. How much is it? Well, folks, it's honestly the best $30 that I ever spent, because I don't like buying excessive boxes of tampons, and I know that you don't like buying tampons, pads, panty liners, all of the above that you have to buy to be able to, like, you know, just have your period every month. It's so annoying. If you hear my dogs, sorry. Fourth question, how do you change it in public? So I've actually never had to do this in public. I've never had to like dump it into the toilet and then go and rinse it out in the sink and then go back and insert it. But I've also never had this issue, because I always take precaution before I go out with this in. So like before I leave the house, I'll just make sure to dump it out and put it back in so it's empty and I can leave it in for up to like, you know, 12 hours. So basically what I'm trying to say is that's not an issue. I've never had to like take my cup of blood over to the sink and like rinse it on out in front of other people. So don't worry about that. If worse comes to worse and you are in public and need to do that, like I said, you don't need to go to the sink. You can literally just take toilet paper and like wipe off the outside and inside of it and then just go and wash your hands. Fifth question, this is kind of a rare one, but this is definitely a question that I had in mind when I was first doing research on the Diva Cup. Will the blood go back inside of me if I go upside down? No, it definitely won't do that. I watched this video, actually, kind of like a demonstration like mine, but a lot more in depth. I'll link that down below, but this lady did it, and she inserted the Diva Cup into a champagne flute, kind of, so it looked like it was in this, and then she would tip it upside down and it would just stay there, and then she would tip it back upside down and it would catch all of the blood. It was no leakage, no anything. So like I said, I'll link that down below, along with Rachel's video, because those are some really great reviews on this thing. everything also on YouTube. But yeah, I think I actually covered just all of my points here. Don't really think I have anything else to say other than I love this thing. I love how much money it's saving me. I love that it doesn't feel like it's stabbing my vagina when it's in me. And I really just wanted to make this to share my experience and my love of menstrual cups in general. That was kind of a weird sentence. I just wanted to share my love of menstrual cups with the world. But really though, I think these are very, very great and a lot more easy on the environment because you're not throwing away all of that excess period trash, you know, like all of the tampon applicators, all of the pads, everything. Really just a lot easier in general, and I would say that it's an investment that every woman needs to make. Alright guys, I think that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed this and enjoyed my tips and, you know, tricks, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Leave me a comment down below on your menstrual cup experience, or if you're going to now switch to menstrual cups because I gave you a recommendation to. Alright mates, all the love to you. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, stay smiling. Bye!
She cradles my loneliness, a home at a forest nest. Universal test, feel the weight of my love. Put your hand on my chest and rest.